How's it going, everybody? And welcome to another edition of the Soccer Report podcast. I'm your host, Dante De Thomasis, alongside my co-hosts, Niko and Tony. We got another amazing edition for you guys today. Lots to talk about: TFC, CPL, Champions League. But before we get into that, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Cataldi Fresh Market. Check them out, guys. They got two locations, one at Islington and Highway 7, and another one, a new upcoming one at Keele and Lawrence. It's almost done, guys. The windows are done. Now it's the inside, and then we're good to go. Almost ready. Their hot table is absolutely incredible, guys. I'm a big fan of their lobster mac and cheese, and I'm telling you guys, it's really damn good.
I saw a deal they have on their Instagram now. For all you non-Portuguese people, they got those Portuguese custard tarts.
That's right.
Six for $6.99. So get on down to Cataldi and pick some of those up for dinner.
That's right. I had to share that. Guys. It's a great deal.
I know where I'm going tomorrow.
Very, very good. Very, very good. So, guys, here we are. Another edition. Let's get right into it here with TFC. Wow, what the hell just happened? Like, we came out, we were flying, and then all of a sudden, a 5-0 loss, and then a 1-0 loss. Niko, what the hell happened here?
Well, we fought so hard to get that supporter shield back just to completely get blown out of that race to Philadelphia so quickly. Is it Toronto FC's fault? No. Well, I guess yes and no. I mean, they got so many of their main guys out there hurt. You got your three strikers that you hope you have for the year, Altidore, Akinola, Achara. They're all hurt. So you have no strikers there. You got another designated player in Piatti going down hurt. Looks like he could be done for the season. You got Jonathan Osorio, who we kind of took for granted when he was playing, because with him gone, that midfield looks like a disaster. You got Mavinga playing hurt. You got Tauro playing hurt. Like, come on. Like, I want to crap on this team so much for losing a game 5-0 and then 1-0 right after in a supporter shield race. But when you don't have the players, you don't have the players. I mean, did Vanny make the best call with the lineup in the 5-0 loss? No. Would a better lineup made a difference? Probably not. They probably still would have lost, but it is what it is. It's a tough time to be a TFC fan right now. Let's hope they can get healthy by the time playoffs start.
Tony, what do you think?
I don't even know where to start, honestly. Philadelphia played good. You got to give it to them. They came out firing. They took advantage of a weak TFC team. But what bothered me more was the second game on Wednesday against New York City. What that showed me, that game, is that there's a lot of players that this coming off season need to go. Endo, Schaffelberg, those guys, I don't want to see them in a TFC uniform again. For MLS, for TFC being one of the best MLS teams, to have those kind of players coming as substitutes in impactful games is embarrassing. I hope for the best for them, but I don't want to see them play for TFC anymore.
Tony, I gotta agree with you, man. It's very, and Niko as well, it's very frustrating to watch, especially the 5-0, the way we lost. Like, I've never, that's arguably probably one of the worst performances in club history that happened against Philadelphia. We're outshot like an insane amount. Oh, yeah. And it could have easily been like 10-0. I'm not even kidding there. And then, of course, the way we came out, you would think too, after losing 5-0, you would show up, you know what I mean? Like, just ready to play, eager, hungry for a result. And it was the complete opposite. It was the same product. And it's just like, is it Vanny's fault? I mean, we had a habit of this show, obviously, saying a lot about Vanny, but I mean, I gotta give it to the players this time. I don't think it's Vanny's fault at all.
I'm gonna disagree. I don't think it's Vanny's fault. I don't think it's the players' fault. I'm putting the full blame on whoever is working on like the trainer role or whatever, because there's too many damn injuries happening to our guys in training. Yeah. Even though in games they're not getting the treatment they need to get back on the pitch.
Right.
But we have way too many guys hurt. Now, listen, you got your guys like your Altidore and even Mavinga to an extent who have a past history with injuries. But now we got tons of other guys going down. They're dropping like it's nobody's business. We're losing so many guys. And now you see, too, Tony, I know you weren't his biggest fan when he was the captain there for a bit in Jonathan Osorio. But look at those past two games and tell me we're not missing Jonathan Osorio in that lineup.
No,
we need him.
We are missing Jonathan Osorio. But, I mean, the thing that bothers me the most is that we're supposed to have this great team from top to bottom, but the minute our 11 is gone, we're no better than Miami. I honestly think if these guys don't come back, we're losing Saturday to Miami.
I don't know about that. Dante, you think this team can take Miami even with the subs?
Hey, you know what? They got the Higuain Smash Bros over there, so I have no idea. They got Mario and Luigi over there, so who knows, man? Who knows? I honestly don't think we beat them, man. I really don't.
Oh, come on, guys, come on. We still have
no hope, Niko.
We still have MV Pozuelo on the team, okay?
He looks frustrated, Niko. He looks frustrated out there.
Higuain's going to get a hat trick against us. It just happens.
Which one, Gonzalo or Federico, though? Because Federico always kills us. Always.
Oh, Gonzalo. I feel like it should be Gonzalo's coming out party against TFC.
Yeah, listen, if you were Pozuelo, wouldn't you be frustrating having to play with 10 of these bums that we have playing out there with them now? Like, come on.
For sure. I would have left.
They're just not on the same class or caliber of vision or style. It's just, I don't know. It's unacceptable.
No, unacceptable. Nowhere near. And Piatti going down, and if he's down for the rest of the year, that's a big-time loss for us.
Oh, huge. Massive. Massive. Especially the chemistry that he had. And, of course, as you said earlier, Osorio, those three in the midfield, Michael Bradley is not the same. He cannot replace any of those guys. He does not have the legs. At the end of the day, call me crazy, Richie's going to have to step up.
I mean, I feel bad saying it, though. Because he has stepped up so much. He's done so much. Like, we're asking more of him because of how crap the rest of the team is. That's not fair.
Basically, Niko. That's exactly what I was alluding to.
That's the life of a star player, right? Doesn't matter, right? You got to be there every game no matter what. So,
well, listen, there's a guy that's been playing who Dante, me and yourself have said on this show before. We were really hoping he got his time this year. He looked like a really promising kid. But I got to say, I'm not impressed at all with Liam Frazier. At all.
No.
He's been in poor form. He hasn't been that guy that we thought he would be in the midfield like he's shown flashes of in the past year when he's had his time. I'm not impressed. Honest to God, next year, maybe loan him out to get a full season of minutes under his back because he's not looking like he's good enough to be in the MLS right now.
Tony, what do you think?
No, I agree too. I had a lot better expectations from him. And honestly, he looks like a younger version of Delgado. Like, his passes are off. He doesn't have the drive. I don't know. I agree. Maybe a loan spell is better for him.
I mean, I got to agree with you guys. I'm shocked that, especially I remember too when Bradley got hurt, like, it just seemed like he just lacks, like, motivation being on the field. Like, I don't know what this guy's mentality is right now, Fraser, but, especially in a critical time to prove yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? With the opportunity that you have, my God, take advantage of it.
Yeah, we wondered. Remember when Bradley went down and we thought Frazier was the next man up, and he didn't start the first few games they played and we were wondering why he's not getting the time. Well, I feel like now we know why he didn't get the time.
There's the answer. Yeah, there's the answer. It's unacceptable. And it's sad because there's so many players too out there that would love to have an opportunity like that. Like, somebody's got to get into this guy's head because he just looks not motivated out there. He looks lazy, lethargic.
Yeah.
So
I got the solution for TFC. All right. Here's some free consulting for MLSE. I'm not even going to invoice you. There's a certain player. We need a midfielder. And there's a certain midfielder right now who's sitting on his butt watching his team play on TV because they don't want him on the team anymore. I hate the guy personally, but he would tear up MLS. And that guy's name is Mesut Ozil. All right? He ain't doing anything anyways. Have him come over to Toronto and play a little bit.
On loan, baby.
On loan. Get a nice little loan for Mesut Ozil. Throw him in the midfield there. Him and Pozuelo together. It'd be amazing. The guy looks like an elf, but he can play. So, I mean.
Who takes number 10 then, Niko, if that happens?
Oh, Pozuelo. Ozil, give Ozil like 32. I don't even care what number he gets.
That's awesome. So what are your guys' predictions then for Miami? What's the score?
Tony, you take the prediction first. I got to think about this a little bit.
I think Gonzalo has his big game coming up. I could see like 3-1 Miami.
Nah.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be much better. I got to go 4-0 Miami.
Okay, now, boys, come
I
on.
got 2 goals with Higuain, a goal from Pizarro, and, of course, from Federico. So we got a smash bro Higuain hat trick to go with that.
No, okay, let me tell you now. Gonzalo Higuain's not doing anything against us. Federico might, because he always does. You watch, that's the game that Jay Chapman gets subbed on and scores a hattie against us. You watch, a revenge game.
Oh
my God.
No.
Can you imagine if that
I love
happens?
him on this team right now.
I'm telling you right now,
Oh, my God.
we're not losing to Miami. I don't know who's going to score goals if Akinola's still out, which is why I might call a 0-0 draw. But if we have someone in there that can help and link up with Pozuelo in that mid, we're going to get some goals. We're going to beat Miami 1-0. Come on, guys. This is still Toronto FC, who's in second place in the league right now. We're getting there. We have the MVP. We have arguably the best player in the league right now in Alejandro Pozuelo. He should be the MVP in my mind. The past few games aside, he's the MVP moving forward as far as I'm concerned. We still have him. We're a good team. If Mavinga could get back in there to get Simon like way back to Belgium or something, because I don't want to see him ever again either. We're beating Miami. Come on.
I hope you're right, Nico. It's very painful to watch right now, and it's just TFC's really got to get their act together because our defense is not the solution. Our offense is not the solution. We don't have any solutions right now. We got all sorts of problems. So, but guys, let's move on to some CPL action here.
Forge.
Forge has got a huge matchup coming up against Tauro from Panama. What do you guys think is going to happen in this one?
Go ahead there, Tony. I know you're a resident CPL expert. Drop the hammer on Forge. What are their chances like?
You know what? I think with the whole empty stadium situation, it's going to benefit them a lot. We've all seen with what's like in Mexico and Central America with these games. It's like a war zone with how the fans are so loud and crazy there. So I think that'll benefit Forge a lot. However, Tauro has beaten MLS sides in the Champions League many times, and I don't think Forge will be able to stack up. I feel like Tauro's just a little bit more experienced, a little bit more used to this situation. So Forge, they're going to put up a fight, but I'd give Tauro the win.
Oh,
Nico, what do you think?
I'm going to go with Forge. Drops the hammer and gets the win. Listen, these guys are motivated. These guys want to make some noise. They came so close last year to qualify for Champions League through this tournament, and they just missed it by one game. I could be wrong, but if they win this game, I believe they get into Champions League. I believe the next round is still like
I think you're right.
No.
Is it two more games? It's 1 or 2. They just switched up the rules this past week.
No, from what I believe, it's the top 6 from the quarterfinal. So if you win your quarterfinal match, you get in the spot, and then the 4 teams that lose the quarterfinals do a playoff to get the last 2 spots.
And this is not the quarterfinal?
No, it's the round 16.
Okay, so if they win, they're in the next quarterfinal. They pretty much have it in if they win the quarterfinal, or even if they lose, they have a chance, right? So it's not that bad. Listen, these guys want it. They're hungry. They're very well coached. Coach Bobby is a genius. He's been doing some great things. If they can get some of their players back that they didn't have last time, Nanko, Awua, like all these guys, if they can get them back in the lineup, I'm giving them the chance. I'm sticking with the Canadian boys. Forge is going to roll through Tauro and take them out.
Nico, I got to agree with you here, man. I love Forge in this one as well. And as you alluded to, Coach Bobby, back in his Sigma days, and you know, as I know with Kwame, who's played there as well, Nanko has played there. A lot of product that came from Richie as well. A lot of great talent has come from Sigma, and Coach Bobby is literally the master behind that talent. So I got to give a lot of credit to him. And you know, the future that Forge has right now is just massive, especially if they can build that chemistry and play in these meaningful games together. It's going to be great, and I think they already established that. They looked sharp in El Salvador in that game. They showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit, and that's what you need in a team. And Coach Bobby gets to his players; they listen, unlike some other teams that we know, and that's it, right? So I got Forge. I could see them winning, 1-0 or a 2-1 game for sure.
Okay. So I know what team you're alluding to there when you talk about that. So let's say Forge lose. They face Toronto FC in the Voyageurs Cup final. Toronto still beat up. You both said Inter Miami can beat Toronto, so why can't Forge win the Voyagers Cup and take over Toronto?
Oh,
You know what? At this point, Niko,
with this lineup we had on Wednesday,
Oh, come on!
this lineup from Wednesday,
I'm closing my
I
computer.
could Forge. Oh, come.
Give me a break. Come on. I love
With this
Forge.
lineup,
Come on.
Forge beats us 2-0.
I gotta agree with Tony, Niko.
This
I gotta agree
lineup
with
is
him.
horrible.
I think Forge with TFC's lineup that they had of pure garbage, they could beat them 1-0 easily.
Guys, you got to remember, these CPL teams last year were barely competing with crappy Vancouver. And you think they're going to come in and take out Toronto? Come on, guys. Listen, it'd be a great story.
Well,
it's not happening. It's
Hey,
not.
what about Montreal? Can't forget Montreal.
Montreal sucks.
In defense of Forge, they never got to play in the Voyagers Cup last year.
No, but Calvary, who was arguably
So,
the better team
this
at the
could-
time
yeah.
when they played, did. And they had trouble with Vancouver. They lost to Vancouver, and Vancouver sucks. Come on, Vancouver's garbage. They're a
No,
glorified
they knocked
CPL team.
Vancouver out. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, they did.
Never beat Vancouver.
Listen, Vancouver's a glorified CPL team as it is. And then you got Montreal coming in, and come on, they're garbage
but-
too.
Endo and Schaffelberg are not making any CPL teams.
Endo and Schaffelberg are only playing because we have no players available.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when you go to one of those candy stores and they have those like surprise grab bags for really cheap. You don't know what you're getting, but you just pay for it for the surprise. It usually sucks. That's what these guys are. You hope for something, you hope you get a nice surprise, but you're always let down in the end. Should have spent that money elsewhere.
That's for sure.
So when you talk about Endo and Schaffelberg, who's the biggest disappointment for you on TFC? I'd just like to know. Just to go back, I just want to know your opinion.
For me, the
Tony, what do
biggest
you think?
disappointment. That's a tough question, actually. Honestly, I'm gonna go Delgado. I've always liked him, but this year, after the contract, horrible. Just not what we need.
Dante, what are you saying?
I mean, we alluded to the guy earlier, Niko, you and I. Liam Fraser, what the heck? I mean, considering that guy had so much time to develop and learn and just, especially from Bradley, under Bradley, like you think the guy would pick up any damn information. No, he's done nothing. He's done nothing.
Yeah, well,
So I could see him drop the next year.
Yeah, I could see it too, and I get both of your disappointments. They are disappointments for sure. Mine's going to go a little different. It's actually the person who I picked at the beginning of the season to be my breakout player of the year for Toronto FC, and that's Erickson Gallardo. What a waste of space that man is. 400,000 or whatever it is on a TAM contract, and he can't do anything to start a little attack for us? Come on. What a joke. Was he the one that Vanny subbed off after like 30 minutes? Or
Yeah,
he wasn't coming to play defense.
Yeah, like it's just a joke, man.
He wasn't coming back.
Honest to God, that could be one of the worst signings in Toronto FC history. Because he's making a lot of money. $400,000 on a TAM deal. Like that's a lot of money in MLS
That's
standards,
US, right?
Yeah,
US.
and it's it's take up our TAM money that could be used on another center back, which we desperately need, or an actual attacker, which we desperately need. It could be one of the worst signings. I'd put that signing right up there. With Agar Akeche from a few years back, with Gregory Vanderweeld, those levels. But at least with Vanderweeld, it wasn't that he sucked; it's that he punched Vanny in the face, which we can all relate to. So I mean, I think Gallardo could be the worst signing in Toronto FC history.
Niko, it's hard to disagree with you on that one. Really hard.
All right, I'm getting worked up though. Let's move across the pond. I'm getting worked up. Let's talk about something else other than these guys.
Let's move into the champions. It's finally back.
Thank God.
We've been through 2 match days. We've missed a lot of fantastic Champions League football. What are some of your takeaways from the last 2 weeks of Champions League, guys? Niko, go first.
Yeah, okay. So my biggest takeaway is that it was so disappointing that we weren't able to get Ronaldo versus Messi when they did the Juve versus Barca in the group stage. And then you got Barca chirping about having the real GOAT on the field, and then Juve says, we'll show you the real GOAT the next time we come here. Like it's so good that they could have finally played in the group stage, and of course we unfortunately missed out on it. Surprise, and actually surprise is that English teams are doing good in the Champions League. Because, I mean, really, they don't – other than the one year when Tottenham and Liverpool made the finals, England's notoriously chokers in the Champions League. Look at Man City. Like, they don't do well. But they're killing it in the group stage right now. They got some of the best-looking teams out there, not named Bayern Munich. So it's looking like a good year for the England squads, and one of them might be able to pull it away this year.
Tony, what do you think?
Yeah, I was impressed by the England teams, too. It's what was it, like 14-0 combined in scores for all the games, which is
Wow.
really good. But the game that really impressed me was Atalanta versus Ajax. I watched that later on already, knowing the score, but I feel like one of those two teams, whoever comes second behind Liverpool, will be the dark horse. Like, there was no quit on either team, just the way they played. Fantastic game, and I can see a lot of big teams struggling with those two.
Tony, I gotta agree with you. Those are two very attacking teams, especially Tadic on Ajax, and of course the combination of Papu Gomez and Zapata on Atalanta.
Mm-hmm.
But my biggest thing is Madrid here, guys. What an elephant in the room this team is. They go and lose to Shakhtar, and then they get a crazy result, another crazy result. Who did they play? I can't remember. Yeah, Gladbach. That's it. They were down 2-0. And, somehow it's like, oh, yeah, we're down 2-0. Like, we could have 0 points now in 2 games, but, let's just decide to get 2 goals. So I don't know what is happening with this team right now. It's shocking to me, to say the least. But they need to get their stuff together.
Did you see what happened at halftime with Real Madrid? With Benzema and Mendy? Apparently, Benzema whispered to Mendy or something like, "Don't pass to Vinicius. He's not one of us. He doesn't play for us." What the hell's going on? First of all, Benzema's got to be the biggest asshole in the world. I don't know him personally, but all the issues he had with the France national team and now what it's looking like with Real Madrid, this guy's got to be a real work if this is the way he is. Like, I don't know why any team would want to have him on there now. He just seems like he's toxic. I don't know. Maybe that's just what I'm seeing, but how can you look at one of your youngest players who's supposed to be the next big thing? What is Vinicius? Only like 2021?
Very young, yeah.
He's very young. How can you look at him and tell the people actively, don't pass to him? He's not one of us. He doesn't want to score. What a joke.
In front of him. He's like in the room.
He's right there. He was right there.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Zidane. He used to have a grip on this team, but clearly something is missing right now. Just the way they start games too, it's just like, wow, but I mean, it's weird because they show up to play against a Barcelona and El Clasico.
They killed Barcelona and El Clasico.
Exactly. And then in Champions League, it's like, oh, let's go down 2-0 to Gladbach. Like, come on.
And after they lost the week before, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Come on, they lost the subs for Shakhtar.
Yes,
yeah, that was nuts.
Shakhtar was their subs because everyone else had COVID on the team.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'll tell you what they're missing. Their team has always been a little bit overrated. And then even when Ronaldo was there, when they were winning Champions Leagues, they didn't play well in the Liga as well. Like Barcelona always dominated the La Liga. The team was always a bit overrated. And then when Ronaldo left, they thought guys like Luka Modric, Toni Kroos, Casemiro, all these guys, Isco and stuff like that, would step up and they'd still be a great team. And they're just not. I mean, I don't know what any other ways to put it. They're just not a great team. They're a good team, still, don't get me wrong, but they're not a Champions League threat.
Niko, I got to agree with you. Another team that obviously, as we alluded to earlier, Bayern. Do you see anybody stopping this team, guys?
Tony, you want to touch on that?
Before their last game, I'd agree with you, but I think that last game they showed they're human. Because it wasn't a very good game on their end. They just didn't play like Bayern. I mean, I know it's just one game, but, it does set everyone feeling better when they see, Bayern only won 2-1, right? And they barely won that game. So, I think it's more open now. I think this is probably going to be one of the more open Champions Leagues that we'll be seeing.
Unfortunately, Fonzie got hurt.
Big loss.
So it's a big loss for them. I mean, even though they haven't really been playing him much this year, like he's always been coming off the bench except for a few games. Like it's a loss for us to watch him because I love watching him. But I got to be real. My honest opinions about Bayern are that, they're still the big dogs on campus, and I don't see anyone running through them yet anyways. One game, to me, you're allowed to have one bad game. And even in their bad game, like you said, they still win. They still win the bad games. Finding ways to win those games, that's a true champion. When you're not playing your best and you can still find ways to grind out the victories, that's what you need to do. So I don't see anyone beating Bayern. Like I said, those England squad teams, they're looking great, but they're notorious chokers in the Champions League, especially Man City. And with Pep Guardiola there, he hasn't changed anything. So I'm still taking Bayern Munich to go all the way. Maybe PSG stops them. Maybe. That's another team
Niko,
that's impressed me, though, is PSG.
that's true. Niko, I got to agree with you here, though. I don't think anyone's stopping this team. It's just a German machine, guys. And if anything, we did see some cracks in Bayern with Lokomotiv on the counterattack. And I think that's where Bayern is very weak. And they can get hurt on the counterattack. And we saw with Lokomotiv's goal. So we'll see. They also, they almost tied it at the end there, too. Miranchuk had a very close chance there. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I still got to go with Bayern. I just think the organization of this team and just the balance of their attack is it's very hard to stop.
You said it perfectly. They're a German machine. So by that logic, there's only one team that can beat them, and that's Chelsea, because they're an English team with an American on it. And what happened the last time the English and the American teamed up? They took down the German machine. I mean, it's a little bit of a dark joke, but it's true, right? So maybe Chelsea could take Bayern, but that's about it.
Oh, my God. Well, you never know. Chelsea's looked pretty good so far. So.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and you know what? You guys got a very big bright spot. You know me. I'm not one to give Italy much props. But how good has Moise Kean looked on PSG ever since he went over from Everton?
Oh, my God.
Oh, amazing. So I'm so happy for that guy.
He looks amazing.
Yeah, if anyone deserves success, it's that guy, especially the way he's been treated and just –
So what the hell happened at Everton then? Maybe you guys know, because how does he go from a middle-of-the-table team last season? Everton's good this year, yes, but last year they were middle of the table. How does he go from there doing absolutely nothing to probably one of the best teams in the world and one of the best teams and the best team in France to scoring braces almost every other game now? Like, what's going on? What happened?
I think it's the Neymar effect.
Could be. And Mbappe.
Yeah,
and Mbappe's there
Mbappe.
too, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's the quality of players. When you see world-class players around you, you're going to want to step up, right? And his competition, Icardi, Di Maria, Neymar, like that's your competition. If you don't step up, you're not playing. And you know what? He's doing his job. And I feel like that's why he's getting better.
He's impressive.
I agree. Tony. I agree. And it's just, that's the beauty of the Champions League. There's always that one or even a small group of players that really shine. And we saw last year in Erling Haaland. Maybe Keane might be the guy this year, especially that youth movement. You never know.
So who's starting in Italy for you guys at striker, Keane or Immobile?
Oof. You know what? Knowing the Italian national team the way they are, they're probably going to do Immobile just because
they're racist. Yeah, no, I get it. It should be Keane, man.
I agree with you, Niko. I agree with you, but I'm just going to call a spade here. I think they're going with Immobile. I just think the way what he's doing in Lazio right now is, he's in great form and, he's a solid player all around. Hopefully he's not immobile for the Italian national team. So we'll see what happens there. So,
Tony, you think it's Immobile as well?
Oh, I can't stand that guy anymore. It's him, Belotti. We need to move on. It's time to get fresher players.
It's nuts when you think about it. If I told you you're the coach of the Italian team and I say you can have one of the most informed strikers of Paris Saint-Germain on your team or an informed striker from Lazio on your team, you're taking the PSG striker 10 times out of 10. Give me a break.
100% agree with you. Yeah.
It's brutal.
Nico, I mean, that's what Italian is. You want to talk about politics, that's the most political scandal stuff you could possibly think of, and it always derives in Italy like that. So
that's true. You guys should really look at yourselves in the mirror and really shape up.
Some of them are still mad about Balotelli. So
yeah, that's true. Well, it's been some exciting soccer. So at least we got soccer, right? We can't do much on our second wave, so at least we got soccer to turn to.
Exactly. Well, I guess that's it for us, guys. Stay tuned for more podcasts. Follow us on Instagram at the Soccer Report Podcast and on YouTube at the Soccer Report Podcast for all of our videos. Thank you again to our sponsors, Cataldi Fresh Market. Thank you, Niko and Tony, again. Hopefully we can be back at Sportsplex soon. We miss you, Toll. And have a good night, guys.
Yeah.
Take care.
See you guys.
good night, guys.